Hi everyone, welcome to the March 2020 Call Me Crafty Owl Sheetload of Cards collaboration. This is a new collaboration where there are some of us on YouTube, some on Instagram, and some on blogs who will be doing or getting a early look at the Sheetload every month. And then we're going to have for you, by a particular date early in the month, like the 2nd, the what we made with the Sheetload. And so this is for March. This is the first month of the collab. I know Alicia's been doing the Sheetload now for a while, and she did put up a video on March 1st explaining how the collab works and making the Sheetload available to everyone, but we get an early look at it, so we have a chance to play with it and prepare something for you so you can see different ideas on how to use this particular sketch. So this is her sketch for March, which I really like. Now her card is a vertical, but I did end up, and it's an A2, which is my standard card size I usually make. I did end up making A2s, but I made them horizontal because I am trying to use up these Love Nicole A2 card bases, and I have 5 left, so I'm getting there. I think in March I'll be able to do that. I did use for my sentiment this hello there. For my papers, I had this pack been on my shelf for probably since I started paper crafting. I had bought it Oriental Trading. It's called Pastel Paper Pack, and I don't know if you can see, there's all different pastel colors in it, and it's patterned. So the ones I picked out of that are these patterns. I wanted to use a pink, but it's sort of a purpley pink with almost like a petal pink peachy color in it, and then this one, and then just this actually was from that pack. It's the pale neutral, and I mean plain, and I kind of wish I hadn't used that, but I did, so that's where it is. And let's see, what else did I use? I used a little bit of washi. 2 of them were out of this tube, which I have laying on my desk now because I dropped it on the hardwood floor and the bottom broke off, and I can't find it, but maybe when I clean this room I'll be able to. So this one I used on some cards, and this sparkly pink one I used on some cards, and then this one doesn't go in this, I don't think. Maybe it did. Maybe that's the tube it came out of. But I've had this in my use it up bin, so I have it all in my use it up bin now because I can't put it anywhere. Alright, so without further ado, let me just show you my cards. Oh, and 2 more things I used. On 3 of the cards, I used these 49th and Market Pixie Petals, they're called, and Ballet Slipper is the color. Really like that color. And those flowers. These are from my stash. And actually, I used up one of those, and then I had to break into that other pack. These were identical. You get 18 pieces, but it had already been opened. And I, for the other ones, I used some of the larger flowers in this color, which is that peachy color, and this lighter pink. And I'll show them to you. They're from, they're called Little Birdie Handmade Flowers, Sparkle Florets Fairy, it says on here. Tuesday morning last year sometime. Okay, so let me show you. So I have 3 like this, but the center strip, well, let me step back. I did one thing different. She does not have a mat under everything, but I'm not, they say these are heavy cardstock, but they're not to me. So I put a piece of, it's not, the only thing Stampin' Up! I used this time was the stamp, but I did use this color paper out of this Wedding Neutrals pad I've had here for a while. I've been using it, but I just I have a lot more to use actually. And then I also did use one piece of paper for the pink here, out of this Recollections Pink Buttons pack, which is getting lower, but and I wasn't as crazy. I kind of had trouble finding the right color pink, because this is more like a purpley pink, and I don't have that color actually, and that I could find anyway. So anyway, this one I bumped up this center strip, but I didn't do that on any of the other ones because I decided I didn't like it as much, that I liked it better flat, and that way I'd have more room for decorating if I wanted to. I did put the wider washi on here because this particular strip is the pale pink paper on the Wedding Neutrals paper, and then this is one of the little birdie flowers. I did them all the same except this one. Always get little glue spots or something. This one's not on dimensionals, and yeah, and then this one, same exact thing. Oh, and I was experimenting, so you'll notice that this one, no, this one, this one goes the opposite direction. See, it's going up that way. So I was playing around, and I even played around with putting it straight across, but I thought, no, I'm going to angle it. That's part of the design. Okay, the next three are identical, and I just felt like I needed something in that middle strip, so I pulled out that small washi with the dots, so they're all the same. These are the 49th and Market flowers. I hot glued them down in a cluster here, and then you know I have to have odd numbers because originally I just had one here in the cluster because this bottom part looked way too plain to me, so I needed something here, but then I needed something to draw the eye up, so I made five flowers, and I put the washi over that pattern paper. And then the last three are the plain on top, this, what is this called? I forget. Anyway, and the polka dot in the middle. I didn't like the washi down the middle because of the way the pattern went on the paper, but I felt it needed something, so I put the sparkly ribbon down the edge, not ribbon, washi down the edge, and I think that looks nice. And then just one flower, but I only had two that didn't have sparkle, and one does have sparkle, so we have a little more sparkle on there. So those are my cards. Now I did not do the inside yet, but probably what I'm going to do is use more of the Recollections Wedding Neutrals paper and just, you know, put a backing in there like that, and a piece of white cardstock in there, and probably just leave it blank, or maybe use some of the leftover pieces I have from these two papers and put a strip on top of that, on top of the white, something like that. I hadn't quite decided yet. So yeah, those are my cards that I made for March's sheet load of cards. And like I said, the only thing that I used that was Stampin' Up! This time was the sentiment from the I Say Hello. This is in the annual catalog, and I used this stamp right here. And oh, that's not the only thing. I used the ink also. There again, I had trouble with figuring out the ink. I went with Mary Merlot because it had some of the, you know, the burgundy, which I thought went with the pink, but it didn't conflict with it like some of my other pinks did. I couldn't find a pink that was dark enough that really matched the papers and things. So, and I didn't want to use black because I thought that was too contrasting. The only other thing I could have done, but I didn't realize I was going to use gold washi at the time, I could have maybe heat embossed the hello there with gold embossing powder or something. But I'm okay with how they turned out. They're a little more, the design is not simple, but to me they were too simple. That's why I had to put flowers and stuff on them. I'm so used to, you know, making them, I don't know, I have trouble doing simple cards, if you know what I mean. Plain and simple. I have trouble with that. I need to put flowers or butterflies or something on. So they all had to get washi and they all had to get flowers. And that's just me. That's how I am. All right, everyone. I'm not going to keep you. Please go check the links down below to everyone on YouTube and Instagram and the blogs. You can hop along to the blobs. Oh, gosh. And look at everyone else's, I'm sure, beautiful creations. I stuck pretty much to the pattern that Alicia had, other than adding washi and things like that. So there you have it. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace. See you in April.